I'm not a new op-ed that's making phase one be a plant. So I would like to invite that brother to say that don't be a plant. Use your wisdom wisely. Use your platforms to bring and spread peace and liberation amongst the people. As far as misleading the people to believe that I stole Dr. Your content. Right. But I've never listened to a Dr. Your website. I've always said real. Right now the ancestors are telling me to put this out there to try to bring unity back in the community so people can see the plants from the real spiritual teachers.
Energy and affirmations that goes into these crystals is amazing. I can feel the energy when the package was here.
The packaging was good, and you can feel the power in these soon.
They have crystals. They have real crystals.
I don't even know how to explain it, but it was pressure. Pressure!
Just love it. I love it.
Everything legit, you know?
This is not just a person who's just selling these herbs and crystals just to look good. You can actually feel the intentions within these crystals. The name is Beyond 5D. You're gonna feel beyond 5D.
Do you believe in miracles?
I'm a believer, receiver. My goal is my girl, and it's cheaper to keep
this a year ago, something like that. I still got it, still in great condition.
The website had them sooner than they told me it was gonna be.
When I ordered it, I got it literally in like 3 days. When I was told it was supposed to come within 5 to 6 days.
They'll throw you free ones, you know what I'm saying, and discounts.
It's legit. 100% legit. Really good people.
Research on it. I seen a lot of people say it's the real deal, it's the real deal.
Okay, and I love the way I feel wearing it. Plus,
It's like that, man. You gotta go ahead and, tap in with Beyond Fat.
this is helpful all the way. Thank you to Beyond 5D because these are amazing.
All right, so we are now live. We got ourselves Rashad Jamal, also known as Divine Insight. Last time we collaborated was in 2022. And that was when we did a video, a big platform video on my platform. And, you know, me and Divine Insight definitely, you know, we go back and, you know, we're going to reintroduce Divine Insight. How's it been?
It's good, man. I heard you. I want to contact you know, through my wife at the PR team before I get to hear your voice, man. That'd be a decent voice, God. You ain't heard your voice, man. Tough years, man. So I'm proud of you. I love you. God, I'm so glad you out there still very positive, Andy. Doing the deal, yeah.
Yes. So, this interview was something that, you know, the ancestors brought apart. They felt like it was necessary to bring about, certain topics for certain things to be spoken about on, mainly due to the fact that, you know, justice is, you know, a real thing. So, you know, there's been, some misinformation about Dr. Malachi Z. York. There's been some misinformation about Rashad Jamal with, certain topics. And, you know, Rashad Jamal, reached out, so he wanted to address this. Just to remind you guys that, you know, the message from Divine Insight is not intended to create drama, for any parties. You know, we are supporting the brother for his spiritual teachings. It is a message Divine Insight wanted to share. So this is a platform that stands in justice and your spiritual positive needs. So we humbly agreed on our behalf to reshare this out of our love for him. This platform does not need or allow any drama. Please. Thank you. All right. So we're going to, one of the first questions we wanted to ask you is, we wanted to hear your perspective on Dr. York.
Well, you know, Dr. Malachi York, man, that's my elder, one of the elders. So, I have been with a lot of respect for Dr. York, man. He's a powerful God. He's a divine messenger, you know, he's a grandmaster teacher like myself. It's a lot of grandmaster teachers, so, free God, Dr. York.
Yes. So we wanted to also, there's been misinformation about, you not saying free Dr. York and, you know, people saying that, you know, you stole information from Dr. York. You know, we see those comments in the community sometimes and people don't know where it's coming from. People feel like phase one put it out there. So what do you have to say about phase one, and other people in the community spreading this information?
Honestly, I wasn't aware of that because I get letters and stuff in the mail and I talk to my PR team, my wife, but I heard about people like bashing me or turning on me after the conviction of the false allegations. First and foremost, I never heard of phase one, but if I support all our people first and foremost. I've always loved us, right? I love black because we've always been taught that black wasn't shit, that it wasn't anything. So the fact that he's a fellow black guy out there in the community is he's making music, so that's better than him out there robbing people and selling drugs, right? So that lets me know that he's trying to do something positive out there in the community. So I support that. You know, I want to send the love to phase one and say that, hey, I support the fact that he's trying to do something positive with his life. Now, in the sense of him, you know, attempting to slander or discredit me by telling a false narrative that I've stolen any information from the great Dr. York. I'm gonna say that, you know, honestly, I'm gonna send nothing but divine love to that brother, because I don't want to let that energy deter me from who I am. I've grown so much, and I'm not the same Rashad Jamal that left the free world May 3rd, 2022. I mean, I've been sitting in complete isolation, you know, 3 years straight. I've seen the sun once in 3 years, and that was maybe for like an hour, you know. So I'm forced to sit within myself and meditate in a meditative state for up to 18 hours a day. I'm drinking water, I'm on single retention, I'm fasting, I'm reading, I'm meditating, I'm talking to the angels, I'm talking to the Holy, I'm talking to the Leewat, I'm talking to the cosmic guru, I'm talking with the Titans and the angelic realms, and I'm talking with the Anunnaki gods, and I'm talking with the ancestors going on. So I know my mission is my soul contract is united. So I don't want to say like I spread division, so I'm not going to give energy to that division. I want to say that he's been misinformed, and for him to believe that, I mean, I can't knock what anyone believes, right? You have free will. And I'm a spiritual guru. So the number one rule of the cosmos is we all have free will. So I won't knock you to having free will. I feel it's kind of sad and disappointing that he would help the elite or help those who oppress us to try to discredit any work that Rashad Jamal has done. I love Dr. York. I'm always shouting out Dr. 1 minute left. I'm always shouting out Dr. York, Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Phil Valentine, and many more. But you know, I don't know how many lectures you can see from Rashad Jamal. I don't know how many lectures you see from Divine Insight. Anybody that's agreeing with him clearly has never watched any material I produce. I've been producing material, putting spiritual information, esoteric information, bringing it down from higher spiritual planes down to the whole material plane. Possibly since 2020, so that's almost 5 years now. I'm aware that a lot of people come across my content nowadays, the little snippets on TikTok. Alright?
Okay.
So that's not enough. Sorry about that. You know, I'm calling from so the phone goes, you know, it goes to that. You get 20 minute calls, whatever. But back to what I was saying, like I say, but anybody, a lot of individuals see that I understand the message that's spread a lot via TikTok, but I never had a TikTok saved. A lot of people forget that. So what was happening was I was posting information on YouTube, and a lot of the blue crystal babies, those 18 and 19 and under, were taking the content and taking it to TikTok. So you have more people that discover me through TikTok, especially since in my temporary absence, than through the direct method of YouTube, which is where the actual school is located. The University of Cosmic Intelligence is a YouTube channel. It's a spiritual and philosophical institution, right? So if you never sat through a whole lecture, you never sat through a lecture on Facebook, you never sat through a lecture on Instagram, you never sat through a lecture on the website, www.theuci.online, then you really haven't had a chance to really take in the downloads like that. You get snippets. Alright? So I can understand where he might feel that way, or people that don't really know Rashad Jamal might feel that way, especially after they put the whole smear campaign and convicted me of a false charge. But I want to enlighten the body right now about this whole situation. First and foremost, like I was saying, I'm going to still send divine love to that God. I wish the best for him and his family. But for him to try to use his platform to spread that false narrative, it only brings further division in the community. And I've heard about the division between like Rod Hayes and Ice Swiss. I was out there for that, and I actually tried to bring peace between that. That's why I never took the side. Shout out to my elder Rod Hayes, and shout out to the elder Ice Swiss. You know, I did kind of shoot a little jab at her, you know, in the last interview I did on my own page where I called her Wendy Wisdom. But that was simply unity back in the community so people can see the plants from the real spiritual teachers. Okay? Dr. York's one of the original 23 Signs of the Cosmos, along with myself, along with Satan, whose real cosmic name is Lord Zeus. Dr. Malachi York has a true cosmic name, but I will never reveal that because that's not my place. I can only reveal my cosmic, real true cosmic name, or the true cosmic name of certain individuals that Most High, the ancestors, want me to reveal. So, we are spirit and soul. We are the first original 23 Anunnaki gods to ever come into creation. Because you have to remember, the mothers of creation first, they manifest themselves by the dark matter energy for all black/Latino women goddesses, if you want to call them that. And then the first creation was the original 99 goddesses. Okay, the original 99 goddesses, you know, with the first 5 goddesses to come into intercosmic vibratory creation within the cosmos to be Ma'at, which is the mother of divine justice, is Set, which is the mother of chaos, Nun, Uranus, and Gaia. These are goddesses. These are the first 5 of the original 99 goddesses that was created. And then these 99 goddesses, using the power of the spoken word, right, using the power of the force, use that power to manifest and create us, the Anunnaki gods. And they created 23 original Anunnaki gods, which later became known as the 23 original scientists. Okay, we are the architects of the cosmos. So you have Zeus, aka Satan. He was the head scientist. He goes under many names. Yakub is one of his names. Jacob is one of his names. He hides behind the name of Jesus' name, right? But he was the head scientist. And then you had Dr. York is one of those. I am a part of that scientific team, right? Of all of your prophets of legend that came and incarnated on this planet as a part Moses, the prophet of Elijah, the prophet Elias, the prophet David, the prophet Daniel, the prophet Isaiah, the prophet Joshua, who they lied and changed his name to Jesus. He's a part of that. And you get to individuals like the prophet Noble Ali. He's a part of that. You get to Dr. York. He's a part of that. Bobby Hemmitt's a part of that. Dr. Phil Valentine's a part of that. Lord Shiva, who's spoken about in the Hindu culture, is a part of that. But these are incarnations that we have taken when we came to this planet. So this isn't Dr. York's first time on this planet. This incarnation that we know him as Dr. York he's on this planet in this form and that name. But he's been on this planet multiple times, right? Just like I've been on this planet multiple times. In this lifetime, in this incarnation, the name of my avatar is Rashad Jamal. But my soul name was Divine Insight. This will be technically my 5th incarnation on this planet. However, if you notice, when I was free, I only spoke about one of my incarnations. I only spoke about my very last one, which when I was Toussaint in the Haitian Revolution. Right? I only spoke of that one. I never spoke of the other ones because I wasn't permitted to. But now I'm more permitted to speak on certain things that the world wasn't ready for yet. Right? That's part of why I was set down. So you have to understand that I am a divine being. Dr. York is a divine being. Joshua, whose story was told in the Bible as Jesus Christ, we are divine beings. Moses. This is why when we come to the planet of the world, we shift the paradigm like that, because you are literally listening to true Anunnaki gods in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can feel that when Dr. York talks. You feel his energy, you feel his soul. You can't fake that. When you hear Rashad Jamal talk, when you hear Divine Insight speak, you feel that in your soul. You feel my energy. You can't fake that energy, right? And people notice when I'm gone, you can feel the difference, because that energy you can't. It's not about the words being said. We're not intellects. We are Anunnaki gods. We are divine beings. Anybody can take big words and sound smart, right? It's not about that. It's about the energy behind the words, the intent behind the soul within the vessel, right? So Dr. York is in this reality, in this incarnation, he would be considered my elder because he landed here before I did in this incarnation. But far as cosmically, we the same age. We were manifested by the Anunnaki goddesses at the same exact time. All right. So there's a lot of information that Dr. York put out there that he couldn't elaborate on at the time. Right. And there's a lot of information that I put out there that I couldn't elaborate on at the time. But just because Dr. York said something and I never spoke on it doesn't mean that I wasn't aware of it. Because there's many lectures and downloads that Dr. York placed on this planet that I never spoke of in my lectures. And there's many lectures I said and spoke on and many downloads I brought to this planet that Dr. York never spoke on in his lectures. So the information is not the same. Now it's going to feel the same because we both stand in the same righteousness. We are on the same team constantly, meaning with the grand goal being to uplift and enlighten and to tear down Satan's kingdom with the word of Almighty God. See what I'm saying? Almighty God is just one of 72 names of the Most High. When I say the Most High, Almighty God, that's the same as me saying the ancestors, same individuals, and we are one with that source. But that goes above individuals' heads who are not vibrating at that state constantly on that frequency. You get what I'm saying? So when an individual when he's out there and he's saying, hey, well, he stole the information from Dr. York. How? Dr. York never told us, to be honest, I'm not a Nuwapian, all right? Dr. York, when Dr. York started giving his teachings, I was not even on the planet yet. I hadn't even landed, and I've never in this incarnation ever listened to a Dr. York lecture in my life. I know who Dr. York is because I remember when he came here and landed. I know who he is cosmically. Dr. York knows who I am cosmically. We understand our mission. We're on the same team. Right, but I've never listened to a Dr. York lecture. Does that mean I'm discrediting him? No, because if somebody ever disrespected his name, I will speak strongly on his name. I've always said free him. I've always said free all the guys. I've always fought and took up for those who came and stood in righteousness. Right, that's what I've always done. From Malcolm to Martin to Mother Teresa to Muhammad Gandhi to Dr. York to Yahweh Ben Yahweh to Dr. Khalil Muhammad to Dr. Sebi to Nipsey Hussle to Tupac Shakur to Socrates, and he was actually a human being. He was white, but he was killed for spreading truth and letting the church know that no, we learned all this information from the black Atlantean gods, and the church didn't want him teaching that. The church wanted him to spread the lie that the human beings created all this first. Right? So I've always spoken highly on those who came and stood in righteousness, whether they was black or white. All right. Dr. York, for example, a lot of people don't even know the God's teachers. Dr. York taught, for example, that the Anunnaki gods is an extraterrestrial race. He didn't say that we were Anunnaki gods. He literally taught that the Anunnaki gods is an extraterrestrial race that lived on planet Nibiru. I've never gave that down, but I've never said that a day in my life. I said that we are Anunnaki gods because the Anunnaki gods are separate from the extraterrestrial. That's a totally different race. And I'll expound upon that in a different download. But extraterrestrial, we are Anunnaki gods. Now, when Dr. York said that, did he not know that we were Anunnaki gods? No, of course he knew that. But because he was only told to teach a certain form of information, he didn't elaborate on that. No different than when you go look at Yahshua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ in the Bible. Look at how many times he would teach to the masses and he would just tell parables. And he wouldn't explain to them what he meant because it wasn't meant for them to get it. Like that, either you got it or you didn't. But then when he would sit along with his 12 disciples, he would expound upon the parable that he taught to the masses out there earlier that day. Go read the gospel, right? So that's why Dr. York didn't go into that detail of breaking it down. But I'm pointing this out to point out differences in downloads. Also, Dr. York, I teach that we are Anunnaki gods. I never said that the Anunnaki gods came from planet Nibiru. I thought that Nibiru is a planet, a spaceship, and a form of a sun. Right? So I'm expounding upon the information that's been placed by all the great divine messengers because that's my role. Just like it's going to be people that come after me, all right, that's going to expound upon my information because this is our information. The information that Dr. York channel didn't come from Dr. York, it comes from the cosmos, it comes from the Most High, it comes from the ancestors, he's a divine messenger. The information I channel doesn't come from me, it comes from the ancestors and all, and I've always said that I've never channeled anything from Dr. York, and Dr. York has never channeled anything from me. So for this phase one individual, people out there that are trying to put Dr. York against Rashad Jamal, what you're doing is trying to cause dissension. I will never fall for that. You will never give me the disrespect Dr. York. I don't give a fuck if Dr. York got on the phone himself and said fuck Rashad Jamal. I would never disrespect Dr. York. So I'm not about to fall into this back and forth of who's the greater teacher, Dr. York or Rashad Jamal. That's bullshit. And because individuals they're not really tapped in spiritually, because if they did, they would never say that. They would understand that Dr. York is serving 135 years for child molestation. He has 1 minute left. For child molestation that he did not commit. All right? And he's serving in the same state of Georgia where I was also convicted of a child molestation that I did not commit. All right? And Dr. York had his own community. I've never had my own community. I have a university, a spiritual and philosophical institution. Dr. York actually had his own land with his own pyramids and all of these things going on. Right? He had his own paramilitary movement, all of that. Dr. York started teaching in the 70s, the 80s. Right? Dr. York had 80s. Now he had almost 30 years of teaching before he was incarcerated. He had 30 years to bring order to the planet. Rashad Jamal only had 2 years before he was incarcerated. The impact that I made on the planet, all that happened within 2 years. I didn't get a 30-year run. Dr. York had a 30-year run. You get what I'm saying? That powerful guy had a 30-year run. I didn't have a 30-year run. But they fear him and they fear me because they know we represent the same energy of righteousness. We are prophets. Thank you for using Securus. Sorry about that, we back. And I know this answer is long and drawn out. It's like a mini lecture, but this question is going to bring a long answer because people need to know what's going on with Dr. York and what's going on with Rashad Jamal. And like I say, Dr. York is a grandmaster teacher, but it's 81 of us. So he's not the only one grandmaster teacher. It's 81 of us who have been assigned to the cosmos in these different cosmic planes. And for example, just on this material plane, which is one of many planes within the cosmos, which I never went into detail about the cosmic planes when I was out there, but this material plane, which we are located on, which is where planet Kai is located, is located with the multiverse, right? The multiverse is composed of 9 universes. Each grandmaster teacher is assigned to a universe. So, for example, I was assigned, and I'm responsible for the entire 8th universe, which is why I've always said I'm the grandmaster teacher of the 8th universe within this multiverse. Dr. York, which people don't know, unbeknownst to most, he was assigned to the 1st universe. He is the grandmaster teacher of the 1st universe. So he's responsible for all the souls in the 1st universe. I'm responsible for enlightening and leading all these souls to their higher selves in the 8th universe. Now, we both came to the 9th universe because the 9th universe is where planet Kai is located. And planet Kai is under attack. This is where all the fallen angels came. This is where all the fallen gods came when they were cast out the heavens because we are in a spiritual war and they have hijacked the planet and put the entire planet under light cold lockdown. They have created a frequency barrier. This is why they have to steady recycling so many souls over and over again on this planet because they are literally feeding off of the life force of all of these souls on the planet. You have a lot of people on the planet, a lot of gods and goddesses that have been stuck here. Having that soul recycle over and over and over again through that fake moon I was telling people about years ago, right? The fallen don't want you to transcend and continue on and keep rising to higher spiritual planes like you're supposed to because they can't go back up into the cosmos and get that CTE, that cosmic vibratory energy, which is our true food source. How do we receive CTE? We get that through the sun, the ether, and the air, right? So they can't get that. So that's another reason why the fallen needs to keep you here, and they need to keep you vibrating low because they feed off hatred, fear, deception, and division. Let me repeat that. They feed off hatred, fear, deception, and division. So they want to feed you with all these negative energies and frequencies, right? That's why they give you that in mainstream media. They feeding you fear, like I said in God Talk. Media feeding you fear. They feeding off your emotions. I said it in my God Talk song, right? They feed you fear. They feed us anger. They feed us hatred. They feed us division. They feed us deception. So if we drop into these frequencies, now they can feed off that. That's why what you is called raising your vibration. When you raise your vibratory state, now you are vibrating at the highest state of, which is the godly state, which is divine love, peace, truth, and unity. They can't fuck with you when you're on that level. They can't feed off of you. That's why they gotta keep you. Look at social media. Look at any form of media. They have always used that to keep us stagnant and low. And when we fall into that state, that's when them demons and them devils and them fallen angels attack you. So anybody that's spreading fear, hatred, division, and deception, you know what side they on. And if a person is spreading truth, divine love, peace, and unity, you know what side they on. So as a grandmaster teacher, I was sent here in this incarnation. I actually signed up to come back. Dr. York signed up to come back. Right? brotherhood of grandmaster teachers, and we were assigned this role by the Most High, by the ancestors. We was assigned this role by the Most High, by the ancestors. All right, you know it's the most. All right, Dr. York is a grandmaster teacher. So if a person say, "Oh, he's the only grandmaster teacher," well, that's not honestly true. He's a grandmaster teacher, but so am I, and I would never disrespect Dr. York. But you would be a fool to believe that Dr. York was the only one that had the ability to channel and tap into the information of high vibrational states. That's saying he's the only God. We all have that ability. Even if your third eye is closed, you have the ability to tap in and communicate with the spiritual realm. We are all gods, not just Dr. York. We are all gods, not just Rashad Jamal. So why would you think that only Dr. York can communicate? Like the way it's being said, I'm hearing people believing that I'm channeling my information from Dr. York. No, I channel my information from the ancestors. But that does not mean I'm disrespecting Dr. York. I'm being truthful. I'm not I've never watched Dr. York lecture. Does that mean that I'm against Dr. York? No. Does that mean that I will ever slander his name? No. Does that mean that I'm not thankful and grateful for what he has done to the planet? No, I'm on the same side as him. I'm fighting the same enemy as him. That's exactly why he's incarcerated right now. That's exactly why I'm incarcerated right now. Dr. York was incarcerated in 2002. I don't have to read tablets of media to notice. I noticed because I'm tapped into the universe, into the cosmos. He was incarcerated in 2002 in the state of Georgia, wrongly convicted. I was incarcerated 20 years later to the date in 2022, wrongly convicted. We so much stand for the same thing that we both was charged with child molestation. He was charged with 200 cases, I was charged with 1. It don't matter. They put them lies on him to discredit his information, and they put the lies on him to discredit the information. So what Phase 1's supposed to be doing is showing that connection in that state and what we stood for and how we put our life on the line to bring truth to the planet. Not trying to make it seem like I stole from Dr. York or Dr. York stole from me or it's beef and stuff like that. That's not real. That's not real. Like I say, we have a lot of the same information, but we have a lot of differences in our information. And that's a divine fact. Dr. York never gave a lecture talking about rainbows or stargates. Dr. York never enumerated the cosmos. I was the one that came and said, we have one multiverse composed of 9 universes, and each universe is composed of 999 galaxies. Each galaxy is composed of 999 planets, and each planet is composed of 999 realms, and each realm is composed of 33 dimensions. Rashad Jamal, divine insight, brought that down to the planet. Dr. York never did that. Does that mean that Dr. York didn't know the information? No, he knew the information, but it wasn't his place to give that information. All right? Dr. York is the first one to speak about the Astar command. I never spoke about that in none of my main lectures. I never spoke about that in none of my main lectures. Dr. York is the one that pointed out that W.D. Farad, the image that they show of him within the Nation of Islam, is a Caucasian man. I've never addressed that in any of my lectures. I could point out many things that Dr. York has spoken about that I never spoke about. Does that mean I didn't know it? Just because I didn't speak about it? No, it wasn't my place to speak about it. I love Dr. York. That's my elder in this incarnation, and constantly, that's my cosmic brother. He's a part of the same original 23 signs as I am. All right? Dr. York never went in detail about Sirius star system. He spoke about it as the star, but he didn't break it down when he gets to talk about Sirius X like I did, called as Atlantean, speaking on other places within Sirius X, like Xerxes and Zion. These are different seats than Sirius X. You also have 6 other mini planets circulating around Sirius X. These are like scientific labs. Each planet has 6 scientists on that planet. So that means 18 scientists from the original 20 scientists on those 6 planets rotating around Sirius X. He never elaborated on that because that wasn't his place to elaborate on that. Also, I never came and started a community where I had people living with me. Dr. York did that. That was his role. I never came and built pyramids in my community like the great Dr. York did. That was his role. Right? I have a university. He had an actual community. I didn't have a paramilitary team. I didn't have I didn't do those things. He did those things. All right? But the thing is we represent the same thing. So you should never try to make the community divide themselves by trying to put a Rashad Jamal against Dr. York. That would be making Phase 1 almost like a plant. Now I'm curious to understand what side are you really on, because anybody that stands for righteousness was attacked, was either discredited, falsely arrested or assassinated, or all 3. So if you want to be technical, you can't say just because Dr. York is my elder in this reality that analogy, that means that Dr. York got his information from Elijah Muhammad and W.D. Farah, because Dr. York and Clarence 13X, because Dr. York used to be a member of the Nation of Islam. Dr. York studied under Clarence 13X in New York with the 5 percenters. Before it was Dr. York, you had Clarence 13X of the 5 percenters. Clarence 13X started the 5 percenters. Clarence 13X was assassinated for spreading that truth. Before Clarence 13X, he was a part of Clarence 13X was a part of the Nation of Islam originally. And he branched off. Okay. He came, that means Clarence 13X learned when he learned from Elijah Muhammad, who started off as Elijah Poole. Elijah Muhammad became a part of the Nation of Islam because he was enlightened by W.D. Farad. Okay? W.D. Farad is the one that started the Nation of Islam. But the W.D. Farad that started the Nation of Islam, he was actually an imposter. Let me give y'all the history and Google and research what I'm telling y'all. Alright? W.D. Farad, that's the one that we know, the image that they show if you Google W.D. Farad, that's the Caucasian. Right? He was the imposter because the real W.D. Farad was wrongfully arrested for spreading truth. He was a black guy. He was wrongfully arrested for spreading truth. And he was assassinated in prison. And then they had a Caucasian man who was serving life in prison, and they asked him to impersonate W.D. Farad. So he impersonated W.D. Farad because back in those days we didn't have camera phones, we didn't have none of that. So if you ain't see a person in person, you know how the fuck they look. So a lot of people knew W.D. Farad's name but had never seen him. So this Caucasian who was the imposter of the real W.D. Farad that had been assassinated in prison came out speaking the message. And because he didn't know the message like that, because he was trained by the government, he only stayed around for maybe 6 years and then he disappeared. That's why when you look into it, they tell you that W.D. Farad was around and he disappeared. And Elijah Muhammad then took over the Nation of Islam. Okay? And then the real W.D. Farad, before he started the Nation of Islam, we talking about the real one that got killed. He was originally a part of Noble Drew Ali's Moorish Science Temple of America. Learned the information of the Noble Drew Ali. And Noble Drew Ali, who was wrongfully convicted, assassinated, and discredited for spreading truth, before he started the Moorish Science Temple of America, he was originally a part of Marcus Garvey's movement. Okay? And then Marcus Garvey, before he started his movement, he was originally a part of Dr. Dusay's movement. And I can keep going back. I pray y'all want to go back to this shit. So if that's the case, basically we can say Dr. York got his information from Clarence 13, who got his information from Elijah Muhammad, who got his information from W.D. Farad, who got his information from Noble Drew Ali, who got his information from Marcus Garvey, who got his information from Dr. Dusay. What? So we're going to discredit that whole line of great minds because it was people that came before them? That's all fuckery. I would never discredit none of those guys I just listed because every last one of my list, Dr. Dusay, Marcus Garvey, all of them was assassinated, discredited, or falsely imprisoned. This is what they do to anybody who stands in truth. So I can't respect nobody. This is what I'm saying to the community. If you want to know if a person is really for what's right, look at how they being treated. If they ain't being assassinated, if they're not being discredited by the media, if they're not being falsely imprisoned, they is not for us. You can't name one of the greats that came and did. No prophet came and stood in truth that was not attached for. We can go back to the biblical days. Even Yahshua, who they lied and renamed Jesus, was literally convicted for spreading truth against the church and sentenced to death. The apostles were all incarcerated for continuing the work of Yahshua, a.k.a. Christ, after he left, after they tried to kill him. Paul wrote all them Ephesians, Corinthians, all these books people like to quote. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. Paul wrote all that shit from jail. Socrates died in his cell. JFK was assassinated because he spread truth. Malcolm X was assassinated because he spread truth. Martin Luther King was assassinated because he spread truth. Muhammad Gandhi was assassinated and never harmed a fly. He practiced ahimsa, the art of nonviolence, and was assassinated for spreading truth. Mother Teresa was assassinated for spreading truth. Yahweh being Yahweh was arrested in the 80s and framed with numerous murders for spreading truth. Fred Hampton was assassinated for spreading truth. Angela Davis was falsely arrested and detained for spreading truth. Dr. York was given 135 years for spreading truth. Dr. Sebi was convicted and had his life suspended because he spread truth and cured AIDS, and then he was later assassinated. Left was assassinated for going to do work with Dr. Sebi for spreading truth. Nipsey Hussle was assassinated for trying to continue Dr. Sebi's work and spread truth about his documentary and his healing techniques. Rashad Jamal was wrongfully convicted and sentenced to 16 years in prison for spreading truth. I don't see phase 1 in prison. I don't see phase 1 under these attacks. I don't see none of these spiritual leaders that can claim to be us under these attacks. So I question that. Because there's no way you stand on our side and you're against what's right and you're not getting attacked. It don't work like that. That's how we know Jesse Jackson a fraud. That's how we know Al Sharpton a fraud. That's how we know Farrakhan, even though I love his teachers, is a fucking fraud. They came after Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad did 5 years, then the 10 years in prison with a check for spreading truth. Malcolm X was assassinated for spreading truth. Dr. Khalil Muhammad was assassinated in 2000 for spreading truth. But they never come after Farrakhan. They never come after Al Sharpton. They never come after Jesse Jackson. They don't come after phase 1. They don't come after Billy Carson. They don't come after Isis Wisdom. They don't come after remediation. They don't come after should I continue? Now, the only people that I don't think ain't on no Asian shit that has a platform is people like Ra Hayes, people like Spiritual Soul, people like Yaki Awaken. Shout out to all of them guys. I'm talking about big people with platforms. If you ain't the people I name, I'm genuinely questioning your integrity where you stand. So a lot of people have sold their soul and sold out. You know what I'm saying? Brother Polite, another one. He didn't do that shit. He was framed. Oh, that semen evident. Framed. You think he pled guilty because he did it? You don't know the justice system. He pled guilty because he knows if he didn't plead guilty, they were going to give his ass 30, 40, 50 years, even life. But they did Nature Boy. I'm the one that, same thing with Dr. York. Dr. York can't plead guilty because he did this shit. He pleaded guilty because he like, you know what, I'm going to take the 15 years to help my family out, get back home. They tricked Dr. York into pleading guilty to take the 15 years. Dr. York pleaded guilty, and once he pleaded guilty, the judge snatched the 15 years back and still made him go to trial. And the fact that he pled guilty, they used that when they made him go all the way through trial and hit him with 135 years and did him 30. That's another reason why I did not plead guilty. I went all the way, got offered me 5 years. Fuck that, I ain't do shit, because I know the games y'all play. Y'all already out to take me down, so y'all gonna have to take me down, dog, but I'm gonna stand in righteousness. I'm gonna lead in righteousness, and then the ancestors gonna be proud of me. I'm not pleading guilty to shit I ain't do. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. You gotta give me what you giving me. I ain't did nothing. I'm innocent. I'm only guilty of spreading truth. So I'm saying out to say this, that I have now given a long answer to this question because it deserves a long answer. There's nothing that can be answered in the truth. I will never disrespect Dr. York. Anybody trying to put Rashad Jamal against Dr. York is literally a plant. It's a fallen angel in the flesh. That's exactly what that is. Use your platform to spread truth, not dissension. Because I have nothing against this phase 1 guy. I never heard of him. I have nothing against the Isolines and these people that's attacking me. Attack the bully. Don't attack me. Attack the bully. Shed light on me and Dr. York's situation. We both sitting in prison for some bullshit we didn't do for spreading truth. So what you on? How about bringing awareness to bring us home, nigga? Help bring us home. Don't help bring the message to the community. So that's how I'll end on that answer. Free to God, Dr. York. R.I.P. and happy transcendence to all of our prophets who were martyred who lost their avatars for spreading truth. Free our political prisoners. I'm also a prophet. I'm also going down in history just like Dr. York because we spread truth and we went to prison for it or we were assassinated. You have 1 minute left. So that's my answer to that question, God.
Yeah, how do you feel about the green light? A green light is something that LifeWave and Dr. York have mentioned a lot. It's part of, like, you know, that nation. But they say that the green light, what it does is it makes your aura more powerful. So have you ever utilized this, and do you recommend the guys and goddesses to use the green light?
Okay, so this is my answer to this thing about the green light strengthening your aura, correct?
Yeah, it's like basically they say you visualize it. So I'm gonna say it like this. My download that I'm going to get on
anything, because basically what's being said is that the green light strengthens the aura. Okay, so my download that I'm going to give on strengthening your aura is going to be, I'm not going to mention nothing about no green light, because the first off, you must understand that the essence to strengthen your aura is not a certain light that you're tapping into a certain thing. It doesn't really work like that. Okay, so you have to remember, we have to understand something. You are spirit, soul, and mind inside of the flesh, right? Mm-hmm. So the spirit is electricity. The spirit is electricity. The soul is magnetism. So because the spirit is electricity, electrical, and the soul is magnetic, you produce and create what's known as an electromagnetic force field around you. This is the energy that your spirit and soul gives off combined. Because once again, you are spirit and soul, electricity and magnetism. And let's break this down scientifically. Okay, now this electromagnetic force field that your soul and spirit combined creates around you is what they call spiritually as your aura. Okay, now to strengthen your aura, you must strengthen the soul. You must strengthen the spirit. Now, when we're talking about light, you have two types of light. Okay, you have the white light and you have the black light, or let's break it down better. You have the white light or you have the cosmic light. Okay, everything in manifestation, all animate and inanimate objects are composed of this force, this cosmic light. The force is cosmic light and vibration. If you go back to Star Wars, they always said, "May the force be with you." All right. That actually was a true esoteric thing, because what is the force? The force is the essence of creation. But what is the force? They never told you that in Star Wars. Not breaking it down all the way. The force is cosmic light and vibration. Everything is composed of cosmic light and vibration. Even atoms. And everything in the physical realm is break down to atoms. Okay, so this force, you must tap into the force to strengthen your aura. So that means you must tap into this cosmic light, which is where which is why Dr. York and people are talking about this green light. But you have to understand, you are composed of cosmic light. What is cosmic light? Cosmic light is a combination of what we call colors, but these are really colors. These are cosmic frequencies. But these colors are what you would know is the colors from red all the way up to black. Alright, all of these 9 different colors make up what's known as the cosmic light. When you're looking at the rainbow, you're looking at cosmic light in its most natural state. That's why you see the colors red, orange, gold, green, go for the blues, violet, indigo, which is the darker form of violet, and then black. All of those colors make up what's known as the rainbow. But these are all cosmic frequencies. This is all known as the cosmic light, metaphysically. So to strengthen your aura, you must tap into the force. It's not just a green light. This light is composed of all the colors I just named you. Red, green, combined like a rainbow. The white light is composed of pure white. Whereas cosmic light shows as a rainbow, a multitude of colors, a plethora of colors. So to strengthen your aura, you must tap into the force. But how do we tap into the force? You're not going to tap into the force on Instagram all day. You're going to be drained of force. You're not going to tap into the force fucking all day. You're going to be drained of force. In order to build up force, you must first understand what drains you of force. Okay? What drains you of force is your 5 senses. Anything you give your attention to visually drains you of force. See, that's why when you read a book or watch something too long, you get tired, you get sleepy, right? Because you're being drained of force. Anything that you listen to drains you of force. That's why if you listen to somebody talk too long, you can also get sleepy. You ever talk to somebody and they got a bunch of bad news to tell you, and they just going on and venting, and then next thing you know, then you start feeling bad. You feel me, God? You start feeling bad. They didn't pour your energy down like, come on, I was in a good mood. You didn't come with all this bullshit because you're listening to that, and it's draining you of force. Alright? Anything you smell, which is not a good smell, it drains you of force. Think about how foul smells make you feel. A lot of people are unaware of the power of smells and how it affects you spiritually. When something smells good, you feel good. Right? When something smells bad, you feel bad, you try to get away from it. It affects you. It puts you in a bad state. Right? This is why pheromones is very powerful, or essential oils. Right? Anything that you taste drains you of force. Alright? Or when you talking, that drains your force. That's why if you say talking, eventually you get tired because you are being drained of force. If you just steady eating, eventually your jaw start hurting because you are draining yourself of force. That's why gluttony is a very bad thing to be a part of. Also, you know, whenever you touch, drains your force. If somebody come and shake your hand, if somebody come and give you a hug, they are draining your force because your body is crystallized. It's like a crystal. You're not supposed to let somebody touch your crystal. Why? Because they transfer their spiritual energy inside of your crystal. Right? I taught that right in the past. It's the same thing with touching you, though. You're not supposed to let people touch you, shake your hand. That's why when I call, I'm not even letting people shake my hand. Don't shake my hand. Don't try to hug. You know, none of that. And I'm not being disrespectful, but I cannot allow you to transfer your spiritual entities onto me or to drain me of force. Because we have to build up force to strengthen your aura. And the more force you build up, now that's how you're able to heal things. That's why Yahshua, aka Jesus, was able to touch people and heal them because he built up his force. But you have to build up your force. That's why isolation. So me being isolated has built up my force because I don't have nothing draining my attention. I'm not talking all day. I'm not having sex. Right? I'm not around people, so all my force is staying with me. Doing this interview is draining me of force because I'm releasing it by talking on this interview. Right? I'm giving my energy to it. Whatever you give your attention to drains your force. Why do you think the TV networks are so big on ratings? If a TV show has bad ratings, they do what? They cancel the show, right? Because they rate it based on how much force it generated for the following. And they take that force and transmit it and use it to produce more negative energy on the planet. Right? So this is why they want everybody watching the Super Bowl. Everybody watching something at one time. And everybody watching because all that energy, that force. And remember, the force is the essence of creation. So now you see it's in the game that's being played. But to build up your aura, you must build up the force. So you must do that through isolation. You must do that through seeking retention. You must do that through fasting and through meditating. This is how you build up force. And if you do those things, then you strengthen your aura. But you're not just going to strengthen your aura listening to a Rashad Jamal download or listening to a Dr. York download or whoever, and we talk about a certain form of constant light or green light, but yet you ain't out, you fucking all day, you eating bad food, you ain't on seeking retention, you're not fasting, you're not working out, you know, you're not giving yourself moments to just isolate yourself from everything. You're training yourself before. You let people touch you, hug you. I'm just like, how you think you vibrate, you going around people that vibrate, low that rubs off on you. So it takes a lot of discipline to build up your aura that people just don't want to. It takes a commitment. It's like working out. Right there, so many people in the spiritual community, once I got convicted, turned on me. Everybody didn't, but a lot was so easy to turn because they never was really putting in the work. They just looking at it from an entertainment point. He made me laugh. I like the music video. But no, you have to really put in the work. It's real, not fake. So that's my opinion. That's my ideology. That's the download the answers are giving me about the force, which everybody's not calling the force right now. They're saying the green light, but it's the same thing because it embodies and represents the same result of a certain form of energy or a light that is helping you to build up your aura, your electromagnetic force field around you.
Yes. So the next question I want to ask for the guys and goddesses, how do you recommend for us to find our soulmates and our twin flames on this journey?
How you recommend finding your soulmate?
Yes, for the guys and goddesses who are single.
You don't find your soulmate. You know, you don't have to find what's for you. You see what I'm saying? You never have to find what's for you. You have to understand, we have to remember something. It's called a soulmate because that's the soul that was created when you were created. Y'all were created kind of together. Because constantly there's no feminine or masculine. Everything is one beyond the veil. So when we come in this physical state under light soul lockdown, we have male and female, right? You playing roles, but you have to understand something on a deeper level. You have both feminine and masculine energy in you because you are composed of both energies, right? So when you leave this flesh and go back to the higher spiritual plane, there's really like, although I'm saying gods and goddesses so that I don't confuse people because this information is such coming from such a higher state, I have to break it down in dummy words sometimes. But in the cosmic, there's no feminine, there's no god, we just gods because we are composed of both energies. It's androgynous. The infinite creator isn't masculine or feminine. The infinite creator is both masculine and feminine energy. That's why we are composed of both. So when these souls was created originally, when your soul was created, all right, it had a soul that was created to match it, and that's what your soulmate is. So when you come into this reality, your soulmate, your other part of your soul, which is your soulmate, or your soulmate, your that's connected with you, comes to this realm too. And then because y'all are both here, y'all are going to naturally magnetize toward each other, right? And the further y'all get away from each other, the weaker you two are. But the closer you get to each other, the stronger you become. So you don't ever really have to find your soulmate. That's how you end up finding shit that ain't for you. Because you're trying to find something that's for you. Your soulmate is divinely put with you. You don't never have to find what's for you. What's for you will always come to you. What you have to be is patient. But because we lack patience and we lack insight and we don't meditate and we're not building up force and fasting, we're out there seeking. So by seeking, we are forcing, and you never force energy. You allow energy to flow. You flow with energy. You don't force it. So when it comes to a soulmate, your soulmate is going to naturally attract to you. Be patient. It's going to come to you. Because if you don't be patient and you go looking, your soulmate is trying to come to you. How the fuck this is like if you at the house, right? And I'm like, and I'm trying to get up with you. Where you at, Carl? Where you at, bro? Hey, man, I'm at the house. Okay, send the address. You send the address, I'll locate the address. I'm on my way to the house to link up with you, but now you say, I'm tired of waiting. So now you leave the house to go look for me. Now we didn't miss each other. By the time I pull up to your house, you gone because you out there looking for me. But if you would have just been patient, I was going to pull up to your house and we would have been linked up together. But you out there that left the house, you looking for me, I'm already on my way to you. And that's what a lot of us do. We leave the house. Now, we spent 20, 30 years looking for something that's already what it came to us, but when it came to us, we was gone. We out looking for what's going to come to us. When you order a pizza, when you order DoorDash, do you go out there and look for the pizza man, or do you let the pizza man come to you? Right? If you went out there and looked for the motherfucking pizza, you just ordered the pizza, let the nigga come. He's on the way. Be patient. Reflexiation. You with me, God? But if you run out there looking for the pizza man, where the pizza man? Should I order the pizza an hour ago? He come ring the doorbell, you gone. Because you out there, you riding around the block looking for him. So now you done missed the pizza man. Now you got to come back to the house, order a whole new pizza, because the pizza man came and left because he was impatient. Now guess what we do again? We don't even learn from that, God. That's what most people do. They don't even realize, hey, I just ordered a pizza and fuck around missed the pizza man because I ain't let him come to me. I went out to look for him. He was on the way. All right, the app clearly said he was en route, but I want to run out there look for him. I missed him. Then I get back to the house and say, fuck it, I just order another pizza. Order another pizza. Pizza man on the way again. Then get impatient again because we ain't learned the lesson the first time. Nigga run right back out there looking for the pizza man. He come to the house. He ring the doorbell. Nobody answers, so he leaves. You get back, the pizza gone. You don't get the pizza. And now you steady calling, ordering pizzas and never getting them because you never learned your lesson. Be patient. Let it come to you. Let everything come to you because what's for you will always be for you. What's for you can never be destroyed or taken from you. That's why when people try to destroy my name, destroy the universe, destroy that will never happen. Everything continues to grow because what's for me is always for me. What's for this planet is for this planet. What's for these people here, they gonna hear. What's divine is gonna be divine. So when it comes to a soulmate, be patient. Don't force anything. Be patient and know that your soulmate will come to you like everything else that's for you.
I see. So yeah, that's all the questions that we have for this interview. But so much gratitude, God.
I appreciate you for tapping in with me. I'll be home soon. I'm just working on myself. I want to say shout out to the gods and goddesses of the planet Kai. Peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet Kai. Shout out to your channel. Everybody that's tuning in, please go check out my website. Still enrolled on the website, www.uci.online. Please continue to spread the free Rashad Jamal campaign. You know what I'm saying? Please stand behind guys like myself, Dr. York, and many more that have lost their life for being wrongfully convicted for spreading truth. Please don't be misled by individuals trying to cause attention in the community. You know what I'm saying? On any level. You know what I'm saying? No, it's a spiritual warfare. Definitely follow me on IG at I am _Rashad Jamal. Follow me on X. Spread this interview on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all over TikTok, man. Follow the guy, 5D. He's doing great things out there, man. He come by. I know he didn't make this interview to try to start anything between me and FaZe once. I don't want nobody taking it that way. I've been knowing the young guy for years now. He was 17, 18, 19 years old. That's 9 and 10. He's just trying to shed a real enlightenment on what's going on, man. So I love y'all. I love you too, your little bro. I see you when I get home, man. Y'all stay strong, keep operating high, and continue to work on yourselves. Put the work in. Put the work in. I say, you know, we ride.
Yes, I'm growing. I'm glowing. Your vibration too low, man. No, man. You need a ride.
You stuck up on the 3D while I'm beyond 5D.
Demons stay attached to you. For me, them niggas hiding.
Had to turn off my phone cause the media be lying. Every damn second it's a celebrity dying. Drugs, sex, and money, what they stay glorifying.
Nature is my best friend. My energy steady climbing. I'm chilling.